Hey, it's Diane, and I am here to tell you all about the happiness formula and what's included in it. But before I do that, I just want to back up a little bit and tell you what's going on, why I came up with this, what the challenges are that people are coming to me with, what I've observed in my own life through my own transformation, some of the staggering statistics about happiness, levels of unhappiness being really low, suicide rates going up, depression at an all-time high, and all these negative factors and limiting beliefs that come in and are really having a negative impact on our lives. And so this whole thing started with my own reinvention. And if you don't know me or know my story, I reinvented my life after a suicide attempt in June of 2011. I was living in a very unhealthy, unhappy marriage. I was working at a corporate job where I was making a nice living, but it was very unfulfilling, and I was in very much a state of depression, which was sort of a low humming normal to me, and I didn't realize how unhappy I was and what it was, the effect it was happening to me. And the depression got worse, the drinking got worse, the unhappiness got worse, the dysfunction in my marriage and relationship got worse, and my health was getting worse. And I ended up getting part of my colon removed because the stress of my life was killing me. And a year after that was my suicide attempt, and I had a God moment in the bathroom where those pills got knocked out of my hand, and I got a direct order from God, from above, whatever you believe, my spirit guides, all the angels. And the voice screamed in my ear after knocking the pills out of my hands and said, Diane, you are not ending your life this way. You need to go get help so that you can tell your story and you can help others. And I threw my hands up in the air and I said, well, you need to show me the way because I don't know how. Now that was in June of 2011. Fast forward, a lot of things transpired. I was able to get out of that marriage and got my kids graduated from high school and made a bold decision to totally reinvent my life. And all the while I was journeying through my path back to me, back to self-love, self-acceptance, self-awareness, self-appreciation. And I was doing all this personal development work and all this spiritual work and self-help work, and all of a sudden, like all of these intuitive gifts that I had that lie dormant pretty much for most of my life, or more to the point, I wasn't even aware that I had them or what they were, but this guidance and this channeling and all this stuff opened up. And I learned so much along the way about my power, how empowered we are, and how our limiting beliefs and our negative self-talk and all of those factors, plus all the science behind the way the brain works, the conscious versus the subconscious, all of that stuff, plus a whole lot of other things, my business savvy and background and all kinds of other things. But my passion work is really with I Have Today and helping you to live to your highest, greatest, fullest potential, feeling happy, joyful, loving, fulfilled every single day of your life in every area of your life. I believe that you can have it all, absolutely. I don't believe that you have to sacrifice one thing to have another thing, that you get to decide and design your life to be anything you want it to be, no limits at all. And so I've been working privately with clients. I've written actually several books now. I have a podcast, I have a TV show. I now have another TV show launching. I'm building this network. I'm out speaking, and I'm helping people to really tap into this power. And the happiness formula came along because I started reading all of these statistics and all of these reports about the level of unhappiness, and it is anywhere up to 90% of people feel that they're unhappy. 90%, I mean, it's crazy. And I know my own journey and my own story of my suicide attempt, and it hit close to home. I had a neighbor who lost his wife suddenly in the middle of the night. She was in her mid-50s. She passed away. The two of them were living together with his mother. He was taking care of his 87-year-old wheelchair-bound mom, and he lost the love of his life, and now he had to take care of his mom. And through that whole experience of trying to grieve his wife and manage taking care of her and work his job, he lost his job. And so this man had all of these things happening at once, and he committed suicide the night he got his mom into a nursing care facility. So it's such a tragic story. It hit home, and the way I'm tapped into things, I said, oh my God, I get it. I knew why God had transplanted me into this apartment, into this life right now, because I was supposed to have that experience hit me in a place where it would catapult me to serve. So that's sort of the background story of this. And so if you're watching this, there is a really good chance that you are unhappy in your life. You're unhappy with the majority of your life. And even if you're not, that's awesome. I hope you're not. I really do. I hope you're not. But I had you guys fill out a survey, which thank you guys so much for your candor and taking the time to do this. And oh my God, it was so revealing to me. And I have some of the statistics here, which is great. Based on everything that I heard back from you guys, it was on average 78% of you said you were unhappy. 78% of you say you were unhappy. I had one person say they were 100% happy, which I gotta say, I don't know who that was. It was anonymous. But if you want to email me at info@DianeForster, I would love to hear your story, maybe even have you on the show, because you figured out strategies in your life that are working for you, and I want to create a platform for you to share that with people. So, but the odds went as low as 40% were unhappy in every area of their life. Every area of their life. Like so sad. So, and the areas of improvement, I laid these out in a certain way, and I did it specifically, and it was strategic, because I know I got a couple of comments that people said, well, what about health, and what about family? Those are under these 4 categories of love, money, success, and happiness, because it's my belief that everything that we want in life can be listed under those 4 categories, under the subcategories. So it was strategic, but I appreciate that, and thank you for pointing that out. Health and family are very, very important, and they are a part of the happiness formula, very specifically. So, but what you all told me was 80% of the number one area that you want improvement in is money and money mindset. The number 2 area, what you said, the range was all of the above. So meaning you want it in love, in money, in success, and happiness. And that was 30% of you said, I want it everywhere. And then it broke down to love and happiness were tied for 3rd place. And success, I found interesting, was only 4%. 4%. So it's interesting when you think about that, because my definition of success is being happy, period. So it is part of that equation. And you're right. So if these other areas of your life you're not happy in, that success piece will come. And so I found that so fascinating. So thank you for that. Thank you for your feedback and your input. Okay. The emotions that you were feeling, this was so good. The underlying emotions, it all categorized at the top of the scale was stress, because these emotions that you shared with me, all of those are coming from a level of stress. And stress, as we know, is such a killer. But here's what you were telling me, that you're feeling overwhelmed. You feel like you have to hold everything together all the time. You don't want to dip below into the danger zone. That's very scary. My life is so up and down right now. It feels hopeless. I'm in debt and I'm in deep shame. I'm in a constant state of flux and survival mode, and I'm dependent on others. I'm devastated by my recent breakup, and you want to feel a relief of the stress, that you don't think it's possible, and you don't even know what happiness might look like. Wow. Overwhelming, overwhelming, overwhelming. So on the other end of the spectrum, which is the way I work, we don't focus on that negative. We look at it once, but then we focus on looking forward, facing forward. What do I want? Not don't I want, what do I want? And here's what you told me you wanted. Several of you said, how would it feel to have what you want in this area of your life, the number one areas of your life? Fulfilled, secure, peaceful, overwhelming in a good way. I love that answer. Relief of the stress, so that I could do things that I want to do to enhance my health and mental well-being. More comfortable, less stress. Absolutely awesome. Life is great now, and I'm looking to turn the dial up on that. I loved that feedback. Thank you. Another fulfilled, comfortable. I would love to find a man that is worthy of me and adores me. I love that. It would feel secure and content. There's security again. And then freedom, relief, less anxiety, satisfying, peaceful, more comfortable, more relief, fantastic. It would feel great. It would feel amazing. Less nervous about the future. Fabulous. It would feel exhilarating to do all the things that I want to do without the strain. And it's been so long, I don't know. There's a real honest answer. But I think it would feel amazing. So thank you for that feedback, you guys. It was amazing. And then what you wanted in an online program, I found it interesting. I'm sharing this with you because this is very telling about our community. And I'm all into your animosity, being anonymous, if that's what you want. Sorry. None of you said that you wanted this program to be about community. And I found that fascinating because what you're doing is you're living in your quiet hell. And I was living in quiet hell. I lived in that marriage for 20 years and told no one how unhappy I was. And it was literally killing me. And as soon as it almost took me out and knocked me down, and I started picking up the pieces and healing and broke free from it and started openly talking about it, oh my God, the love and support that came into my life came pouring in. So I want to share that and highlight that with you because not a single one of you said that the community was an important piece of this. And yet when you have the community, you know that you're not alone. You're not the only one suffering with these limiting beliefs and the condition of your life, and that you have support. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to figure this out all by yourself. So I wanted to highlight that because that I found to be like, wow, not a single person said they wanted community in this. So I'm just going to invite you to open your mind up about that. Maybe the words I just said to you will resonate with you now, that you don't have to do it alone. And the story is that 1 and 1 doesn't make 2. 1 and 1 makes 11. When you start sharing and tapping into other people and resources and community, your life gets way, way, way better. So, and then the final piece of it was, I asked you, do you think it's possible to create the happy life that you desire? And I am so happy to say that 88% of you said yes, and that the other 12% of you said, I'd like to think so, but I'm not sure. And not one of you said no. Yes, yes, yes. That's so good. Yes, it's possible. Not only is it possible, it's doable. And it can happen, and it can happen faster than you think. And so now let me get into the details about what the happiness formula is. And I want to thank you for sharing these last 14 minutes with me. Thank you for sticking around. So here we go. The way I did this program is, if you don't know who I am in my work, I am a best-selling author. I'm a TEDx speaker. I'm an award-winning inventor. I've appeared on ABC and QVC, tons of podcasts and radio shows and TV shows. And I, obviously, with my own TV show and podcast, I have Today with Diane Forster. I'm out there spreading the message about living intentionally and really empowering you and inspiring you and educating you through your life, through transitions to how to really live it intentionally, empowered, confidently, and in the present moment. And so of the many things that I've done, I'm also a certified coach and mentor in NLP and human interaction technology, and I am in constant learning mode. I am always learning new modalities, things like tapping, which is EFT, emotional energy freedom. I'm studying emotion code. I'm studying mental and emotional releasing, all kinds of things. I study crystals. I study oracle cards. I tap into every possible resource there is. And so I bring the whole kit and caboodle with me. But the reason why I have all that knowledge in it, I break it down and make it really simple for you, because the last thing I want you to do is be overwhelmed. You already have enough overwhelm in your life. And the last thing I want you to do is be a part of another program that you don't complete. I don't want that. I am into leverage. I am into hacking, and I am into the fastest point to get you from A to B, or A to Z, however you want to look at it, the straight line to it. So a metaphor for this is I don't want you reaching around your elbow to scratch your ass. I want you to go right to it, okay? It's kind of a tacky way of saying it, but so many people overthink things. And what we do is our mind is constantly going. The subconscious is running at 2 million bits per second. It's insane. And that's not even thoughts that you're aware of. The conscious mind that you are is 30 thoughts per second. So there's a lot of noise going on there. And I want to bypass all that noise to get you focused on what you want and how to get it. And I do this in a very strategic way. So what I want you to think about in this moment right now is that think about when you were a child and you wanted something. The desire and the determination that you had to get that desired thing. If you were just learning how to crawl and you wanted that toy or that cookie or that shiny thing or whatever it was, you did whatever you needed to do to get over there, right? You had laser focus on it and you weren't distracted at all. That's what I'm going to do for you in this program, is get you crystal clear on what you want and why you want it. We're not going to worry about the how, but we're going to focus on very specific questions that are going to get you really clear on the pathway to that really fast. So that's going to be how we work it. And so don't worry about it. I don't want you to overthink or anything. It's going to be a really, really fun process. So the first thing you need to do is get really specific about what you want. And don't worry if you don't know what it is. I'm going to pull it out of you. So we're going to get really clear on it, and then I'm going to teach you 2 other lessons that are really critical in creating happiness into your life, okay? One of them is how to give yourself permission to be happy, because you have to do that. You've got limiting beliefs and old programming in there telling you you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you need to put somebody else's needs above yours, and a whole host of other things. But I'm going to teach you strategically how to do that. And then the last piece, the last module, is about you getting rid of things in your life that aren't serving you. So while we think we have to add things to our lives to make us happy, we actually have to get rid of some things first to create the space for the manifestations to come in. So it's such a powerful program, and I put together an easy to follow guide for you that you get to keep for life, which is going to be really good on getting you happy in the next 21 days and onward going forward. But this amazing process, the formula, never changes. So you have this for the rest of your lives to use a year from now, to do a 3-year plan or a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan or a quarterly plan or whatever you want to do, because your goals and your dreams and your desires are going to change because you're going to start manifesting things into your life quickly, and then you're going to start creating more, bigger, more expansion. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you are in your life, how old you are, what your past story is. It doesn't matter. You are never too old or too young to do this. In fact, the younger you are, the better. But you're never too old. If you had a chance to watch Cindy Brenneman's story, she said it right out loud. I'm 65 years old, and now I get to be happy for the rest of my life. And she even said, don't wait as long as I did to work with Diane and do her stuff, because her stuff really works, right? So don't put any of those limiting beliefs on that. You have today to start fresh and new. This is your chance right now to do this. It's really, really exciting. So you get the 3 modules where I walk you through the lessons. You get the guidebook, but what you're also going to get is you're going to get me live. And we are going to do 3 powerful live coaching calls together during this program, where I'm going to be able to walk you through each step, whatever you need, wherever you have a question, wherever you have an objection, wherever you have a limiting belief, wherever you need my help and support, wherever you need more clarity, I'm going to be there with you every step of the way. So I encourage you, when you sign up to get in the program, and please sign up to get this valuable program, because I am offering it at such a deal. This is a worthwhile investment for you, but you have to take action. Your life won't change if you don't commit to you. I'm committed to you. You've got to commit to you. Don't say, well, I'll wait, or until I have the money, or I'm too busy right now. Today is the day you start to create your happy life. Okay? So I'm going to be in there with you, which is so great. And then I've included some really valuable gifts and bonuses for you that are tools that you can use for the rest of your life. And one of them is my 3 tips to get everything you want program. And again, I'm into simple, I'm into 3-step processes, I'm into doing things in 3s, because 3 things are easy to do. They're easy to do and implement. They're easy to remember. You can do that. And then they're easy to build the momentum on. And when you build momentum, that's when you start to see lasting, permanent change. So that's an enhancement to what we're doing with the happiness formula. And that you can do it anytime, anywhere. You just start integrating that into your life whenever you're ready. It's always there for you. It's gonna change. It's going to help you to create mindset mastery, because that's where all these limiting beliefs are. The reason why you don't have what you want in your life, and your life doesn't look the way you want it to look, and why some people have it and some people don't, is for one reason and one reason only. It's the way they think, and it's in their mindset. So that is where we were focusing all of this stuff. So cool. And then my other gift to you is my powerful 30-day challenge on how to have a better today. And that is an online program that I did that my clients love, that they do over and over and over again because they just love it. They love the 2 to 3 minute video each day and the transcript that they can read. And so what we've done is we've taken all of that and we put it into a really awesome ebook with the video links with each chapter. So that's yours forever and ever. Use that whenever you want. And they are fun. I call it a challenge, but I refer to it as an opportunity. That's an opportunity for a daily inspiration for 2 to 3 minutes. That's it. That's going to create more momentum for you in your life. So I wanted to give you the best of the best. But really, the key of this program is you doing the 3 modules and then having the live coaching with me. A very strategic, simple, step-by-step process that's so laid out for you. It's so simple, and you're gonna see in 3 weeks from after you start the program, you're gonna look back and you are not even gonna recognize your old self. You're gonna go, Diane, I can't believe how fast my life is changing, because manifestations, opportunities, people, experiences, resources, your health, your sleep, your mindset, your energy, everything is going to be up-leveled. Everything is going to start improving. It's so fantastic. So here's the myth, one of the myths. People think, that change is hard, that change takes a long time, that it works for some people and not for others. That's not the case. Change happens the moment you decide to make a change. Then you have to be in inspired action. But here's the key. The key is in the commitment and the repetition. So you've got old habits and limiting beliefs and programming. You're running on programming. You ever notice that, the first of the year comes and you want to start a fitness program, and you start going to the gym and you start, moving towards that, and then after a week or two or three, very soon into it, you fall back into your old habits. There's a reason for that, because you are operating on your conscious level, where your life is, the unconscious is running your life. So what we're going to do is we are going to reprogram the unconscious, where all of those patterns live. Excited? Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. So make sure you get in while the cart is open, because I'm shutting this down. When it's done, and it is going away. It's not going to be this price anymore, and I don't think I'm even going to release it anymore, because it involves me live coaching, and I need to be available for you. So you need to get in when I'm doing this program, and the timing is today. So that's my message for you, and I can't wait to see you in the program. I can't wait to have you part of the I Have Today family and watch the transformations happen for you. And I want you to know you deserve it. You can do it. Today is the day. Don't delay. Do not put your happiness off for another moment. Haven't you lived like that long enough? You've suffered long enough. You've been in the pain of your past. You've already been through it. How many times? No more reliving it. Your time is now. It's today. I'll see you inside the happiness formula. Take care. Bye-bye.